Good morning, warriors.
Morning, sir.
Call this meeting to order. It is, if I can make that mention right, 11:40. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a prayer.
Uncovered. Heavenly Father, we ask thy blessings upon all here who are assembled. We pray for guidance and deliverance, that we may exemplify the principles and the purposes of our meeting. We ask thy blessings, bless our guests, and we ask thy protection and blessing for those who have served in our country in the past and the present and the future. Grant that we may grow and prosper in a humane purpose and principles upon which we are founded. Amen.
You may be seated. For the record, today is March the 14th, 2023. Marshal, can we have roll call?
Yes, sir. Councilwoman Cigarroa,
Present.
American Legion, Post 59, Mr. Agredano. He's present.
Present.
Black Widows, LTX,
Present.
Ramirez. Catholic War Veterans,
Present.
Disabled American Veterans. Okay, absent.
Last I heard, he was in the hospital.
Really? Okay. Korean War Veterans,
Present.
LULAC 777,
Present.
Marine Corps League,
Present.
South Texas, Afghanistan, and Iraqi veterans, not present. Valor.
Present.
Veterans of Foreign Wars,
Present.
Webb County Service Office.
Present.
Sir, you have a quorum?
Thank you, Marshal. Next item on the agenda, we have approval of minutes for the January 10th meeting. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So move.
A motion and a second.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the minutes of January the 10th. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, we have citizens' comments. Marshal, do we have anybody that signed up, or is there anybody that'd like to?
There's gonna be some announcements, but that would be the next item.
Okay, so no comments from the citizens.
But that would be the next one. Go ahead, sir. The next agenda item.
Okay, so now we have communications and announcements.
We have a few announcements, sir. We have one from Mr. Agredano, the Black Widows, and Mr. Quijano, and anyone else that wants to see.
Black Widows.
Ladies
Black
first.
Widows, or,
Ladies first.
yeah, go ahead.
Thank
For the record, please.
For the record, we are the Black Widows, and we have Isabel Ramirez Trout, Dinora Villarreal, Maxine Raveles, and
Christy Alvarez.
and we had two separate things that we wanted to put in the announcements. The first one Dinora is going to talk about, it's our 1-year anniversary in April, so she's going to.
So normally our socials, it's once a month, and it's normally every first Friday of the month. But this one is different for us, the upcoming one, which is April the 7th at 6:30. That one is open to the public. We'd like to invite everybody, y'all, the board, the people back here, all the organizations, basically anybody that would like to come over and who supports veterans. You guys are cordially invited. Like I said, it's April the 7th, 6:30 PM. It is gonna be at Golondrinas on McPherson. I don't have the actual address, but we are gonna make sure that we post it on our social media, probably by this week. That way we make sure that everybody knows ahead of time. And, yeah, we hope to see you all there. Thank you so much.
Yes. Golondrinas is on McPherson and, the street itself is 10211 Golondrina Drive, and it's on that intersection of, what's that? San Isidro and McPherson?
Walk food trucks.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a flyer?
We do, like she mentioned, she's gonna go ahead and make sure that it's distributed out this week. We will forward it to your email. I know
Yes.
that you asked for us to forward our information to your email in the past, so I'll go ahead and provide that to Dinora so that she can go ahead and forward it to you.
Thank you.
Okay. And then our next thing that we kind of just wanted to comment on, Christy Luna will go ahead and address it, and it's in relation to our veterans events in the community.
So I want to thank you for allowing me to speak. I just started taking part of veterans events in our community. I noticed that the city and districts do have a lot of events for our veterans. My only concern and the only thing that I noticed was the times. They overlapped. So a lot of events that we do have, I'll give an example, the school districts having participation, recognizing our veterans, those also are happening at the same time that the Veterans Parade was happening. So another thing was also the VA was having an event, but at the same time, the Texas Veterans Network was also having an event. So my propose would be simply, if it's possible for the committee to help us, help the other organizations, just work together so we could have all these events, but at the same time have them on a scheduled. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it can be worked, if the organizations would approve it. But I just wanted to bring it up and let you all know that I do really believe that the city is doing a lot, that the community, that the organizations are bringing a lot of attention to veterans. I just was hoping if we could just work out in a way that we can all, the city, the community can all take part of all the events that are happening. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it is a great point, and that is an issue that we've been dealing with for a long time, where there's multiple events at the same time. I'm assuming that there is some kind of a mechanism out there that we can work with, maybe appoint a coordinator for these events. The city can do that, but certainly we can add that to the agenda next month, Marshall.
Yes, sir. I was thinking something like a calendar.
Yeah,
Where we could all log in or
send it to
something.
the city council and see what can be done, because there is a lot of events that we, as veterans, cannot attend all of them at the same time, obviously. So it is a great point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, first item. of the agenda-
Oh, we got more announcements.
Oh, we have two more, okay. Well, that's right.
Good morning. For the record, my name is Gilberto Gonzalez, VFW 9194 Commander.
I'm Ricardo Quijano, Post Adjutant, VFW 9194.
We're here to, I don't know if this can be seen, we're using printing out, but I don't know if, okay, yeah, you can see it. We have our bowling tournament on April 23rd, Sunday at noon at Playmore. And we want to invite the community to participate. Like always, the VFW, we raise money, and all the money goes back to our community in different activities. This is semi-annual, so this is first one for this year. And we just want to invite everybody to, come out with the team and help us out. The date is April 23rd. It's gonna be at Playmore, it's a Sunday.
Oh, Playmore?
Playmore, yes.
They went second rate.
No, Jeff Bowley, no.
No, they decided to scale down. They didn't want to be in the upper tier.
Question, same thing, do you guys have a flyer so we could put it on?
We do have a flyer, we just didn't print it.
Okay, can you email it, Quijano?
But we can email you this exact flyer. Another thing, we wanted to thank United South High School. We want to thank the United South High School career and technical education students, the teacher Carmen Renon Davila, for using their skills to create posters, flyers, and brochures to market the VFW Post 9184. They did this as a project, and they went to compete, right?
Corpus Christi.
They went to Corpus Christi to compete. They created a flyer, and it's a summary of what the VFW has done for the last couple of years. All the fundraisers, all the helping out the veterans in different activities. And we want to thank United South High School for doing that for us without charging us anything. And it was a great experience. It means a lot to us that we get recognized by the youth of Laredo. So again, thank you, United South High School, for that.
All right. My name is Ricardo Quijano. Good morning.
Morning.
So some good news I'm going to bring up. With collaboration between the VFW and the Webb County Veteran Service Office, right? Brainstorm, and we spoke to State Representative Rich Raymond in amending you can say the Hazelwood Act. So House Bill 2540 was created on February 21st of this year. I just saw right now, and yesterday, March 13th, it was assigned to a committee which is going to go to higher education. What this bill does, it's going to help veterans, not necessarily veterans, right? The siblings of service members who have died in action, right? As we all know, we go to service, we go to the military, and we're married, we have kids. We get killed in action, well, it is what it is. We know our kids are going to get education. The wife, she's going to get helped out, right? And so forth, there's going to be benefits. What we don't see what's right is at a young age, 18, 19, the youth enlists in the service, okay? They deploy, and if they get killed in action, they're single, no kids, unmarried, benefits are gone. What if that service member that got killed in action had siblings? They don't reap the rewards. Well, how about that's what we want to change? And this is House Bill 2540. What we want, what we need is your assistance to call state representatives, state senators, anyone you know, to approve, to get this bill passed. That's what we want, that's what we need. And what this does, the bill going back, is helping the siblings of that single service member, right? Going to college, getting that free college as a Hazelwood Act. The tuition is going to be free in the state of Texas. And this is not just for here in Laredo, this is throughout the state of Texas. All right, so say for instance, I'm 18, I get deployed, I get killed in action. I got two younger siblings that looked up to me as a role model. Right, yeah, my brother, my older brother is is a warrior, however, passed away. At least the education that my little brother and sister growing up can get that free education. And this is what it's about. All right. Yes, sir.
A question, is this only for the Gold Star family, or is it for veterans' family?
No, it is.
So can I
it's being amended, that's what it is, yes, sir.
So I was just gonna add to it, it is, so one, it doesn't have to be, so what brought this along to, Mr. Quijano, and he brought it to me, and we took it to Representative Raymond, was David Lee Espinosa and what happened in his case. So it doesn't necessarily have to be killed in action, it could be just died during the service. During his time in service, whether it be an accidental, but that's the part of it. But what brought this to fruition was that when we were with the experience of Marine David Lee Espinosa and his family, and that's what brought it to our attention, something as easy as this. And it doesn't, hold on, I did write some notes. So the education part of this, it does not, it doesn't, it's not for the federal part. That's the whole nother thing we would have to take up to Washington, to Congress. This is state, locally, having to do with the Texas Hazelwood Act, which is already in place. It's just like Mr. Quijano was saying, this is just adding an addendum, an amendment to it to make it more inclusive and for our service members that are killed in action that were not married at the time of their death, to pass it on to their siblings. That's what I wanted to make sure add to it. Mr. Quijano?
And one of those reasons is, excuse me, correct me if I'm wrong, on the Hazelwood Act, if you don't have a certain percentage of disability, you don't qualify for it. Is
No,
that correct?
that's not, no.
It's changed already then?
Yes, so you don't have to be service-connected. That the main thing to the regular Hazelwood Act is you have to have enlisted in Texas and live in Texas.
Okay, and it's available, it used to be available only for the service member and not for the family, or for the sibling, but now it is?
So, no, now it's
For children.
available for service member, so you get 150 hours. If you're not 100%, you get 150 hours, and all your children can use those, divide the 150 hours,
Okay.
or your spouse. If you are at 100%, the Hazelwood was amended not too long ago, I'm gonna say in 2017, that if you're 100%, each child of yours gets 150 hours, plus the spouse gets 150 hours. So this is adding another addendum or amendment to the same bill, which the state of Texas, in my opinion, leads the way in veteran benefits. We're always ranked in the top 2, 3 in the country.
Right.
Sometimes even 1 for veteran services and things that the state does for our local heroes, our service members, active duty and non-active duty personnel, National Guard, reserves. So I hope that answered your question.
It does, I just wanted to clarify, excuse me, thank you.
Rick?
Continue.
Mr. Olivares, to the question you just asked, it's, and this is reading out from the bill. A member of the armed forces of the United States is A, who was killed in action, B, who died while in service, C, who was missing in action, or D, whose death is documented to be directly caused by illness or injury connected with service in the armed forces of the United States. So that's who, and it's for siblings, of course, with service members who were unmarried and did not have children, but had siblings. That's the key word, siblings.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you know when we're gonna get a vote on that?
No, I do not know, but I could call the office of State Representative Rich Raymond, because like I said, I just saw online today that it was already assigned a committee. The bill was filed, like I said, February 21st, and just yesterday, it was assigned to a committee, which higher education. So once the committee approves, then it moves forward.
So at this point, one of the things that we're asking is not just call Richard Raymond and Senator Ceferini, which are our state reps, reach out to the surrounding ones that are, that we can, or all of them, if you have that time, and just let them know that we support this bill. the committee, I don't know who's on the committee of the education committee at the state level, but we should probably reach out to them also. But we should, at the very minimum, start with our local representation, which is Richard Raymond, Tracy King, I forgot Tracy King too, and Senator Safarini.
And one more thing also, our previous past post, the Texas State Post adjutant, Lupita Perez, emailed the state VFW commander, Mr. Toomer, and the VFW in the state is going to support the bill, House Bill 2540 also. So there's some action in Austin from the VFW also.
Mr. Segovia has a question.
Yes, sir.
There's 150 hours which entitles the veteran or the children of the veteran.
Yes, sir.
Too bad that, they don't include the grandkids because some of them will have the opportunity to have a.
Can you get the mic?
If you claim your grandchildren as your,
Can you can you state the question again,
you
Mr. Segovia,
if you
please?
see grandchildren as your dependents, they are part of the.
Yeah, but not dependent, but they're not dependent.
They're not, but if you claim them, they can use the.
Another thing is,
And that's been part of the problem, especially with the Vietnam veterans.
yeah,
Because the bill or the HESA was amended at a time where the Vietnam veterans' children had already passed the age and they've been educated. And
we
we never
never
had
we
the
never got that
opportunity to take advantage of that.
another thing is, are these 150 hours, at a college of your choice, or you have to stay?
In Texas.
In Texas.
It has to
It's
be
the
a
same
state-
rules in
a state-
Because it's a private college?
Private.
Yes.
Paid or whatever?
Does it private also?
No,
I'm sorry, what was that?
Private?
No.
no, it has to be a state institution.
Okay,
Time you,
that was my
UT.
question. That was my question.
Yes.
Thank you.
So again, this bill is already written, it went through the pre-committee before February 21st to see if it was something feasible. It was. Now it's at the major committee to see if it's gonna make the Senate floor in, I believe it's in August when they meet, June, I'm not too sure when the state meets.
Something like that.
And then they'll take the vote there, but the committee has to make the recommendation. That's why Mr. Quijano is here saying like, just call them, let them know that we need the support, that we support this bill. And the more people call individually, the more impact it makes. So, and obviously if a group makes the American Legion per se, calls and says, hey, we want to support this too, that also puts a lot of momentum behind it. So you can let your family members know to at the very minimum, reach out to Richard Raymond, Tracy King, and or Senator Safarini.
But for the record and for everybody's information, especially those that are gonna be watching this video later on, what is the number of the bill?
House Bill 2540.
2540.
And like I said, Mr. Alvarez, Marine Corps, Chairman LULAC 777, American Legion, contact your organizations, state organizations to support the bill. That's what we're looking for.
Make sure you mention that bill by name, by number.
Yes, by
right?
number, House Bill
House Bill
2540.
2540.
Anything else? Any more comments or questions? We appreciate the hard work all of you put in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Service of our
Quijano.
veterans.
Commissioner Gilbert.
Have somebody else? One
Yes.
more, Adriano?
Good afternoon. For the record, my name is Alfredo Agredano, Vietnam veteran. I'm here just to announce that a few months ago, I went before my city councilman then, Rudy Gonzalez, and I told him that I wanted to see if we can get a bridge over at Independence Hill Regional Park dedicated to the veterans. But since his term was going to be over, he suggested that I wait until the new city council member was elected. So after the new city council member was elected, I called him on the phone and I presented myself to him, and I asked him about if he knew about the bridge. And he said that the former city councilman had already told him about the bridge and that they were going to dedicate it to the veterans. So I'm here just to announce that the bridge The plaques are already made. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Those are the plaques that are in the bridge. It's a nice big bridge over there by Merida. And there's one on the east side of the bridge, on the north side, and there's one on the west side of the bridge. No, the one on the east and the south side, the one on the west and the north side. And yesterday, as I went through there, I noticed that they were covered. So I'm thinking they're gonna have an unveiling sometime in the near future of that bridge. So that's the announcement I want to make. And another thing, right next to that bridge, we have a 70-acre park, the Independence Hill Regional Park. I have already spoke to my city councilman. I spoke to my good friend, John Ofila, and we're trying to see if we can change that name. We're not gonna change it. The park is now called the Independence Hill Regional Park. What we wanna do, we wanna change it to the Independence Hills Veterans Park. It's a 70-acre park. Now, this is like when you buy a furnished apartment or a furnished home. It has all the amenities there. It's got a playground for the kids to play. It's got a nice big room there with a covered patio where they have picnic tables where the family can sit and watch their kids playing. It's got a full court, covered basketball court. And it's got another basketball that's not covered, so you wanna go out and play in the sun and sweat, you can play on the other basketball court. It's got a walking trail, a jogging trail. It's got a swimming pool, so after you play in basketball, you can go and take a dip in the water. It's got a roller blade where you can go and rollerblade area también for the kids. And there's a baseball park there also in that park. And there's a big area where you can play football, you can play soccer, and you can even put a net and play volleyball. So I'm hoping to see if we can get that park renamed. Now, just to give you a history, why I want this park to be named Veterans Park. My father and my brother, and his brother, my uncle, were World War II veterans. I have two uncles that were Korean War veterans. I myself am a Vietnam veteran. I have an uncle that was a Vietnam veteran. My brother, my cousin, and my brother-in-law are Vietnam veterans. I have a cousin that was a Vietnam veteran and an Afghanistan and Iraqi veteran. My younger brother is Afghanistan and Iraqi veteran. My nephew is an Afghanistan and Iraqi veteran. As I speak to you today, I have a niece and a nephew that are serving in the military. So what I want to do is have this park named for all veterans, past, present, and future. So as far as the bridge, it's a done deal. We already have the plaques. So now we're gonna be working on that 70-acre park that's adjacent to the bridge. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Can you notify us so we can be there at the dedication?
Yes, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get together with Farm Martin Jimenez and let him know the date for the unveiling so he can invite everybody.
Perfect.
Any other questions or comments? Dr. Regano, thank you. We thank you for the hard work you do.
Thank you, sir.
Any other items on communication and announcements? Okay, so next item on the agenda, we have items for discussion and possible action. Item number 1, discussion with possible action on adding groups to the Veterans Affairs Committee and any matters incident thereto. We have a couple at least that I know of that would like to see if they can join our committee, and I believe that's what we have, Mark?
Yes, sir. Mr. Garza has one request.
Okay.
So, for time's sake, I'm not gonna go into the backstory of this, but I'll just let you all know that we do have a new representative locally We had one before, and then she was transferred to San Antonio, but we do have a new representative at the Texas Military, Texas Department of the Military, and it's housed here locally. They're housed at the Armory, and the section that they work on is the soldier and family readiness. It is state funded. It is from the state of Texas Department of Military funded. It is, and they help our soldiers when they're getting ready to deploy, activate, or their family members when they're deployed or activated, whether it be to a combat zone, a peace zone, peacekeeping, and or state, help out with a hurricane or something that is not necessarily a federal thing. Anytime they do that, that's what that office is there for. I would like to include that. It is a government agency, so I would like to include them into our committee because they can bring a lot of stuff that our National Guardsmen, our local National Guardsmen or reservists, or needs that they may have. And then, as you all may or may not know, we do have quite a few service members from different states that come and do the border mission. They come in from the National Guard or the reserve units in other states, and so we can assist and help them also in whatever they need, or just pass information to them also. So that's the Texas Military Division of the state of Texas, locally here. So they're local, they have a local we have a local representative now, and they're not located in San Antonio, they're located locally
That's at the
Okay.
at the Armory. So that's the group I would wanna
National Guard.
vote. Yeah, so do we take a vote to see?
There's another group also, but let's go ahead and
Well,
take them
I think we have to
individually.
do one at a time, that way it's
So I
fair.
will entertain a motion for this committee to approve the addition of the Texas Military Division of the State of Texas
Yes.
to our City of Laredo Veterans Affairs Committee.
Any, second?
Motion and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Motion passes. Thank you very much, Mr. Garza, and we welcome as many groups as we can. Any
Discussion?
discussion?
No, I want to add something else to that.
Go ahead.
For the record, Jesus Segovia, Vietnam veteran. We need to get a group or representatives from our VA clinic.
That's
That's
gonna be the next item.
Huh?
That's the next item.
That's the next
Oh,
one.
okay.
Okay,
I think Ms. Stroud had something.
go ahead.
So I'm just curious, did we amend the previous, agreement of not allowing like other members, like organizations to be added to the group? Because I know like, with Texas Veterans Commission as the healthcare advocacy, when I came, I couldn't be added as like the Texas Veterans Commission because you only take group members or like veteran organizations, but is that because it's a veteran
We normally,
Yeah.
well, what we do, we recommend to the city council, and the city council accepts it or not, it's not gonna be us that's gonna accept it, we recommend it.
because I know that when I tried to do it, and then like when Jerry tried to do it, it was like dismissed as well, Jerry Alvarado, to try and become part of the organization.
I don't remember having that item on the
Like that at
agenda.
all? I don't remember it like that.
Different organizations.
No,
like, to be-
We had another organization that it was not approved, yes.
Yeah, but that was in TVC. I don't even remember TVC coming up for a vote, to be
No,
honest
I don't
with
either.
you.
I didn't get to come to the vote because I was told that as like, that I couldn't do it as the
Yeah.
organization, that I can only do it.
Was
as
that
a group.
TVC telling you that? Because
No.
this is different
It
than,
was your committee
Yeah.
when we were early coming in, so that's why I was
Oh,
just clarifying.
No, as a matter of fact, I mean,
So what we do, we hear, and then we vote on it, and then it still has to go to the mayor to put it in the
I mean,
group.
I'm totally for it, I agree with it, but it's just.
so would you like us to consider?
We
Go
can-
ahead, hold on.
No, I think that we should find out what happened there. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So would you like us to consider it? I mean, I think with the way the item is addressed, I think we can bring it up. If
Yeah.
you want to, do you want us to take a vote on that?
I would like to.
Okay.
I already have my job already sends me to come and outreach anyways, so I would definitely like to be a part of
Okay,
it.
so, since the way it's worded, I think we
See,
can.
that's why I left it open. like that.
Okay, so I'd like to say, like to bring up, also to vote, adding the Texas Veterans Commission Health Advocate,
Healthcare advocate.
Healthcare Advocate, to bring up to a vote to, for membership in this committee.
All those in favor of adding the Texas veterans?
Yeah, but you still need to do the, so I'll wait till, or are you doing this next?
Okay,
No,
we'll come back to you.
The other one was already approved. It
Yeah,
was-
the other one- this-
Yeah, the other one was approved. We were about to start on the VA, so can we take a vote? Okay. So,
Yeah.
So we entertain a motion to add the Texas Veterans Health Care. Is that correct?
Advocate.
Advocates.
Yes.
To become a member of the City of Laredo Veterans Affairs Committee. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, motion passes. I don't think we need any more discussion.
on that, no. So there's two new groups,
Two new groups, and we have a third group.
well, one third group coming up.
We have a third group that we've been discussing about this group now for several meetings, and that is the local Veterans Health Clinic of Laredo. Last Wednesday, I think it was, we had a town hall meeting discussing the PACT Act. At that time, I was informed, or we were informed, that the Gulf Coast Regional VA has approved the addition of the local VA clinic to our committee, subject to approval. So I will entertain a motion to approve the addition of the City of Laredo or Webb County, or actually the Gulf Coast Regional located at Laredo, become a member of the City of Laredo Veterans Affairs Committee. That's what you were talking about, correct? Okay. Any discussions?
I'll second that
We have a
motion.
second. A motion and a second to approve this organization. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Motion passes. Thank you very much. This is something that we were working quite a bit. And let me expound a little bit on that. At that particular meeting, I don't remember who was there and who was not there.
Crystal was there.
Crystal was there. We have the Homero Martinez, and Hugo Martinez, and some doctors. We had a lot of people there to discuss the PACT Act. I, for one, have not really paid too much attention to the PACT Act, but we received some really good information during that meeting. And I will ask them to come out here and see if they can speak about it at our next meeting. Because one of the things that we'll discuss is that you don't have to be rated with any disability to be covered by this PACT Act. All you have to be is be a veteran and be in certain locations at a certain dates. And it will cover certain things like high blood pressure. And there's a lot of medical terms and issues that I believe that a lot of our veterans, if not most of it, all of them, could qualify under this act. And they could get compensated not only monetarily, but health-wise, which in our case, like Widow and I mean, we go through a lot. The Vietnam veterans, we were discussing this earlier, Vietnam veterans are experiencing, Agregar is another one. Vietnam veterans are experiencing a lot of medical issues right now because of our age. So this PACT Act really covers a lot of essential information that we really need to disseminate, not only to the older veterans, but all our veterans, because it does cover a wide area that you can be covered in comparison to being classified as with a disability through the normal channels of disability. So it's something that behooves us to be able to get educated, and I hope that next meeting we can bring Crystal or somebody to come out here and speak to some more. But if not, you as veterans, go out to the VA clinic and get yourself educated, because there is a lot of area that is covered that was not covered before. So again, thank you for your vote on the addition of these three groups, because the more groups that we have, the better we will be served. One of the things that we also heard at that meeting is that our enrollees at the local veterans has gone from about 36 to plus 4,000 now. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that is a milestone, to be very honest, because we always said numbers count. So we thank you for all the work that everybody's done in trying to recruit more people to our local health veterans. Marshall?
I just, once you're done, before you go to the next item, I want to say something.
Oh, okay. So, we're done with this item. Do we have another item on this?
No, I have for this item, number one, about the three groups, just keep in mind, we're agreeing to it, it still has to go through
Yes.
city council
Yes.
and their approval to get it going, just like we did with Black Widows, remember, Ms. Ramirez? So we still have to do that, okay? All right, just wanted to let you know.
So, any more discussion on item number one? Again, thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, we have discussion with possible action regarding the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Walking Trail and any matters incident thereto. Who's gonna take this?
Mr. Segovia had a few words for that.
Again, for the record, Jesus Segovia. As you all know, thank God, our walking trail has been approved. I go by there about 4 or 5 times a day, and they have started to work on it. They estimate that we will be walking on that trail within 60 days. Hopefully, that we will be the first group, as I asked our councilman, that he and the rest of the city council walk with us on that first day, and as many veterans as we can get out there and initiate the first walk on that trail. Thank God, it's become a reality and something that I have been looking forward for a long time. Since 2018, I've been looking for a walking trail, and finally, it's been approved. And I know that there were several places that I was offered, but they were, kind of out of the way. And that particular place, I had already asked for it, but supposedly the city was going to build some kind of building there, or fire department, and they told me that we couldn't have it. Well, Councilman Gutierrez was able to get it. I guess they changed their mind, but I'm glad that he did, and he had the same idea to build a walking trail out there, so or a park for veterans, and so it's going to be named Vietnam Veterans Plaza. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bueno, but make sure that you add, that they add oxygen station somewhere along there. So we can have oxygen when we
And
walk.
we're going to have an oxygen tank on one side of the. We're going to have an oxygen tank on the right side and the left side.
All right, that'll work.
With masks.
Alvarez, you had a question?
I went by there last week, and the clearing has gone fast, real quick. And I asked the guy that was clearing the property, hey, what happened to the mesquite trees? He said, I don't know. It got fast.
Well, it is gonna be an addition to our park system that is gonna be named in honor of the veterans, but it's really gonna be able to be used by everybody, and it's gonna have a lot of good amenities. There's no two ways about it. That park is gonna be a really nice park from what we saw from the rendering a few months back.
I need to contact our councilman and make a correction on the veterans that lost their life in Vietnam. There's actually 28. I had been told that there's 2 brothers there, or supposedly they were brothers, but they are not. Agregano, and I also went into the wall and find out that they were not even brothers. So actually there is 28 Laredoans that lost their life in Vietnam. So I need to make that correction because I had told them that it was 27, and it's actually 28. And there's going to be a memorial honoring all those 28 veterans. And I also need to get together with the councilman and plot out the spaces for the 28 trees that we plan to put out there in honor of each veteran. And I'm already working on the information of each veteran with information as to what province they got killed in Vietnam, and what year and what day they lost their life. So I'm working on all that right now.
And do you have already what type of tree is gonna be planted and the sponsor
No,
for
I
all the
discussed
trees?
it with one of the people that have a yard, they sell trees there on McPherson, and he was gonna look into it and go check the land and the terrain, you know, the
Yes.
dirt and everything, to see which is the best possible tree out there that won't make a big mess, you know. We can put oak trees, but you know,
Yeah.
they shed all those oaks, you know, so we need something. One of the girls at the American Legion meeting mentioned that maybe we could have some citrus trees, you know, and orange trees or grapefruit trees, you know, but I don't think that's a shade tree, you know. We need what I wanted was a tree that will give us shade, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees like
Yeah.
that.
And so the mesquites are gonna be trimmed, and no mesquite will be cut down or taken out of there. Every mesquite will remain there, and we're just gonna trim them so they can grow, you know, taller. And then is to add the 28 other trees to the park, to the walking trail.
Do you already have all the 28 sponsors that are gonna donate the trees?
No, but I do plan to announce it on public. I plan to maybe have somebody go with me to the KGNS and make an announcement on it, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, and see if any of the relatives who are still, you know, around that lost a member. I know that Chela Montalvo told me that she wants one for Rudy, you know, and of course, I have another lady that said that she will donate one just out of courtesy. I will donate one, and whoever wishes to donate one in honor of any particular veteran that you might want to name it after. And so, but I do plan to make it public and see if the families still want to donate one in their honor, you know. So that's the next step.
Mr. Segovia. Mr., did you ever think about maybe a plaque on a little bio next to that tree of that?
Yeah, but that's what I'm
That's
working
gonna
on.
happen also.
The plaque, okay, I thought-
That's why I'm getting all the information that veterans, so we can put a plaque.
Okay.
And it'll say, possibly, if we can put a picture in there, it'll be laminated, ¿verdad? With, protected from the sun, ¿verdad? Pero on that plaque, we can engrave the province where he got killed at, hostile fire, or, you know, whatever reason, the way he got killed, you know. And also, the day and the month and day when he got killed.
The unit he was in.
Yeah, all that information I've already got for each veteran.
Thank you, Eduardo. Appreciate it. Appreciate the hard work you do.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on item number 2? Next item on the agenda, we have discussion with possible action on naming the walking trail as Slaughter Park and any matters incident thereto. Who's taking this one, Mark?
Mr. Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Sanchez.
My name is Ernesto Sanchez, the president of the Korean War Veterans. We've been looking all over Laredo for a place to name after the Korean War veterans. And believe it or not, I found it in my neighborhood in El Chacon. We found the Slaughter Sport Complex. It has a beautiful trail, and I think it's called El Chacon Trail. And I would like to name it after the Korean War veterans. 2 of the 7 that were lost in Korea used to play there. Paul Gloria, Crescenciano Garcia, myself, and all the kids from the Chacon used to work there also. And all the Korean War veterans deserve to be recognized. We lost 100,000 in Korea, 5,378 prisoners of war. And I think The name of the trail is the Chacon Trail. He has the name. There's not a big expanse. It's a beautiful place. I'm pretty sure the Slaughter family will be, or all of us will enjoy the trail. And they gave their lives for us, so they deserve to be recognized. And it's 70 years since I was in Korea when the shooting stopped, and they call it the Forgotten War. While I'm alive, it won't be forgotten.
I was just reading about things like that, and with any of the conflicts, wars that we have been involved will never be forgotten by, and that's part of our legacy here to make sure it's not forgotten. Marshall?
Okay, this is at Slaughter Park, there's a trail, and I called the wrong Miss Cigarroa last week. I called your aunt. And so then there's, at this park, the name is not gonna change, it's gonna remain Slaughter Park, but the trail is the one Mr. Sanchez is talking about. Just to name the trail, whatever he's coming up with. And today I went to the other park, and they have a real nice sign at their place. So I spoke with Coach Gomez, JJ Gomez, if they could do, if it passes, it still needs to go through the naming committee.
Yeah.
It's gonna go through the naming committee, and I'll show up to that meeting and explain what we wanna do. And once it passes everything, Coach Gomez said that they could make one of these for the one you're talking about. This one doesn't appear to have a name yet, this one, the one at Slaughter Park. So that's where Mr. Sanchez wants to name it for the veterans.
Question, so I got confused there. So is it two different trails or one?
Yes, I just took this picture to show you what,
Oh, okay.
what
Yeah, the sign.
what other
I
trails
understand.
have. Other trails have this one, and this one doesn't have anything. The only thing is that this trail has 3 ways in. So this morning when I was out there with the employee, I asked the employee that was taking me around in the mula, I asked him, which is the entry that most people use? So he took me to this one. He said, most people park their car and they go in this one. Some people use the other two, but this one's the one with more traffic.
But we can put a sign if it passes on all 3, right? It shouldn't be that, especially if they're made internally.
They are made, according to Coach Gomez, they are made internally.
So Marshall.
But we could do that too.
Yeah, put on one in each
Yeah,
one.
that would be
entrance.
real good.
If it's the same trail.
For the sake of the motion that's coming up, is this particular trail named right now inside of, or
No, I spoke with
it's not
Mr.
named Chacon Walking Trail then?
There's nothing. No, the Chacon Walking Trail is at another park. I just took, and that's
Okay.
what's
Yeah,
confusing.
I got confused on being.
Sorry for the confusion. I just wanted you guys to see what
So
it
that
looks like.
part, that walking trail has no name?
As of right now, they're looking at documents, and I just got it before the meeting. I made some phone calls, and they were looking for documents, if there's any name. There isn't a placard on it,
All right.
but they were looking through paperwork to see if it did have one. So as of right now, it doesn't have one.
So, Mr. Sanchez, for the sake of the motion that I'm gonna ask for, you're requesting to be named Korean War Veterans.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Trail.
So you want it to be named Korean War Veterans Trail, or what is the actual name you'd like to be named?
¿Qué nombre quiere, Mr. Sanchez? Do you want it to be the Korean or the name of the soldiers that you're talking about, those 2 soldiers?
No, we cannot recognize just those 2 soldiers.
Sure.
How about the other 4? No. We want to recognize all
Okay,
Koreans,
so what's the name that you're requesting?
all Koreans.
Maybe Korean War Veterans Walking Trail, or, I don't know.
How do you want?
How do you want it named?
El nombre que
The
quiere.
thing is this, should we recognize many that have gone to Korea even though they didn't fight?
Well, that's what we're doing with the Vietnam Veterans Park over here that Wedo was just discussing.
It would be nice if we could war.
Korean War Veteran
War
Trail?
veterans,
Korean War Veterans
yes,
Trail.
trail, yes,
Walking trail.
walking trail.
I don't know if people use a bike like that other one that I went to this morning, that they use this one as a bike trail too. I think this one's more like and we could get back.
I
Yeah, I mean,
think
that would be-
Korean War Veterans Trail would be,
Trail,
will suffice.
Okay.
And then we're gonna ask Ms. Cigarroa, that's gonna have to be on the
That's
council.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
This is your district, right, ma'am?
Thank you.
Okay, so, well,
Yeah, I want to add,
sure, go ahead.
from what I can see on that trail, you know, I think that, who's the councilman out there?
Ms. Igarroa.
Oh, great. Maybe, you can have it resurfaced to that soft walking material that we're gonna have at our park. Because that looks kind of,
Yeah, we'll walk through it with JJ.
and resurface it with the soft walking material. That's it.
Okay, I will entertain a motion. Obrigado. Sure, go ahead.
Alfredo Garano for the record. As you remember that the American Legion 59 posts are preparing fruit basket for veterans that are in nursing homes. So you have any veteran that you know that's in a nursing home, let the American Legion Post 59 know, and they will prepare a fruit basket and they will take it to the veteran.
Very good. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, sir.
Going back to the same question, the Korean War veterans, are you requesting both
No, just
trails or
one.
just one?
It's actually the same trail. It's actually the same trail, but you could get in 3 different locations.
The Chacon Trail?
No, the Chacon, I guess I shouldn't have taken that picture.
Yeah, no, we got it. We got it. Yeah.
All right, I will entertain a motion. I will entertain a motion to name the trail located at the Slaughter Park to be named Korean War Veterans Trail.
Walking trail.
Well, I thought that, did he want to walking because it could be a bicycle
Well,
also?
I think at that point, it would just be labeled at the bottom, walking, hiking,
Yeah,
trail,
so that's why I
bicycle,
said just
yeah.
trail,
Well,
Yeah.
It's gonna go through we have a committee in the city.
And they're gonna have to,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Clean
can,
it up.
the main thing is Korean War veteran,
Whatever.
walking trail,
Yeah.
whatever. They'll figure out the last little
Detail.
detail.
Okay.
okay, the motion is to name the trail located in Slaughter Park Korean War Veterans.
Yes.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion passes. Thank you very much. I think we did some great work today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
In honoring our veterans.
There's some sandwich, Chick-fil-A sandwich outside and soda, some
Okay,
water.
for the record, it is 12:37 and I will
Motion?
entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn?
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Not even gonna go to the nays. Again, thank you very much. I really appreciate the hard work all of you put into, for the benefits of the quality of life, for our veterans.
Easier that way.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excellent.